Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about 3 signs she's into you but you're too distracted. So the first sign is that she initiates the conversation. So a woman that likes you will more than likely initiate the conversation. Now, you've got to notice the subtleties in this though, because let's say you go to school or you go to work together and she's reaching out to you and she is asking about the work or about notes or something from the class. If she's clearly got an ulterior motive when she reaches out to you, then that may not be necessarily a good sign unless those things are easily accessible for her to do and to receive from any other sort of source. Okay, right? So that's one thing. Okay, that's important about that. If she's, but so if she's talking to you and she initiates the conversation and she asks about you, and she hasn't got an ulterior motive, then that is a good sign. Okay, so yes, she initiates the conversation if she's into you, but you've got to notice for those little subtleties. Because if she's just asking you, how you're doing because she wants something, and she follows up with those kinds of things like, oh, can you give me the notes, or can you give me the number for so and so, then clearly it's not a good sign. Okay, because she's just reaching out to you because she wants something. Okay. So the next sign that she's into you but you're too distracted to notice. And let's go back to let's backtrack for a second. Why might you be not notice that? Okay. It can be difficult to notice if because you might just think, oh, she's just chatting to me. She's just reaching out because maybe she just wants to chat, But why is that important? Why is it important if she initiates the conversation? Well, if it's because you're on her mind. That's why it's important. Okay, if she initiates the conversation and you get a random message from her out of the blue and she says, hello there, how are you? Or she's asking you, or she sends you something like she thinks you might find funny, like maybe she sends you a reel or a TikTok or something, a meme. Yeah, it means that you are on her mind at that moment, and that's why it's very likely that she does like you. It could be that she likes you as a friend, maybe, but women don't tend to just to do that willy-nilly, shall we say. Okay, she probably likes you if she's initiating the conversation in some shape or form. You've been on her mind, and it's good to be on a woman's mind, especially if you like her as well. Okay, so let's get into then the second sign, which is she treats you differently than any other guy. So she has exclusive behavior that is just solely for you. Okay, so you kind of have to be a bit, this is why you may not notice this, okay, because if you're distracted, you may not notice this. You may think that, oh, she treats everybody like this because maybe if you know her from work or from school, you might be focusing on your schoolwork, you might be focusing on class, you might be focusing on your friends. If you're at work, you might be focusing on your work and you don't really pay too much attention because you're busy. It's very difficult. You might not notice that she's treating you differently than everybody else. So that's why you're going to have to take a step back a little bit and just sort of observe for any moment you can without, compromising your work or your studies, to just notice if she is treating you differently than everyone else. Because if she comes up to you and she's flirty with you and she's, playing with her hair, doing other different things, she gets up close in your space and she wants to be nice and close to you, and maybe she gives you hugs and stuff like that. Does she do that to just you, or does she do it to everybody? Okay, because it might be that you really like her as well, but because you're really distracted by her, or you're really distracted by work and school, you may not notice that she does this to everybody, and you may actually get the false assumption that she really, really likes you, when in reality she just is talking to you like everybody, how she talks to everybody, or how she talks to every guy, or how she just, literally talks to everybody. And she just happens to be that kind of person with everybody, and it's not exclusive for you. So you might be distracted in that way. You might be so distracted you don't notice that she's, you think you're getting special attention when in reality you're not. Okay? So that's why you have to take a step back and you have to sort of go into observation mode and just to see if, is she treating me differently, or is she like this with everybody? That's what you have to ask yourself, and that's what you got to look out for. Okay. But if she's into you, right, she will show exclusive behavior just for you. She treats you differently than every other guy in a positive way. So she's, approaching you, she's talking to you, she may flirt with you, she may want to give you a hug and all these kinds of things. Okay. So look out for that. She may be, following you around secretly in a way, like so for example, if you're at work, let's say she should be on the opposite end of the building and suddenly she's just around where you're working. Okay. She should be somewhere doing something completely different, and she's suddenly near and around you. It's because she's probably finding excuses to come to your department to see you and hang out with you. Okay. And it's the same if you go to like the same sort of college or school or university or something. If a girl likes you and she should be somewhere completely different, or she usually hangs out somewhere else at lunchtime, and suddenly you find that she's hanging out near you, she's giving you exclusive behavior. Okay. And she wants to be around you. She's orbiting. Okay. She wants to get your attention. She's hoping that by being around you, you'll get her attention. She'll get your attention. And when a woman likes you, she wants to close the gap. She wants to become closer to you. That's why she suddenly starts showing up where you are, because she wants to be close to you, because she likes you. Okay. So the third sign that she's into you, but perhaps you're just too distracted to notice, is she's fascinated by you. She digs for information. Like when you get talking to her, she's very curious about your life. And you may even sense a tone of admiration from her, because when a woman is in love and she really likes a guy, she tends to admire that guy. And she wants to know deeply about your interests because she can tell that they're important to you. And she has just this like care for the things that you care about. Okay. So she will dig for information. She wants to know what's important to you. She wants to know what you're about, right? Because she wants to be with you. She wants to spend more time with you. She wants to get to know you on a very deep level. Okay, and the reason why you might be too distracted to notice that is because you might be thinking that she's just having a normal conversation with you. Okay, but if you pay attention, you might be able to notice the subtleties in her voice, like when she's, or in her face when she's looking at you with admiration, or she's just deeply, deeply invested into what you're saying. And she's asking very unique things because she really, really wants to know. It's because she really wants to know you, and it's because she likes you, okay? But again, it's one of these things that you might be too distracted to notice. So hopefully by bringing these three things to you, and bringing them to light, you will begin to pay more attention to see if she does these things, okay? So if you'd like more tips and you would like to coach yourself, because perhaps you may not afford coaching with me, which is completely understandable in today's economy, then you can go and coach yourself by reading Attracting the Beautiful Woman of Your Dreams, which you can read totally for free on my website. The link is in the description, www.christinelovridge.com. You can also, again, purchase coaching with me on the same website. And also, when it comes to the book, all you have to do is go to the menu on the website and then click on the book, and it'll take you straight to the PDF reader. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to log into the website, create any sort of account, with me. You don't have to do anything like that. You can just completely read this book 100% for free on the website. Okay, the only thing that else is on the page is the link to Amazon, where you can purchase a physical copy of the book, which has a nice discreet spine. So if you don't want to advertise that you've got a dating book on your shelf. And also you can get the Kindle version too, which is significantly cheaper. And if you do happen to purchase the Kindle version or the physical copy, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a nice review, either explaining how I've helped you as a coach, if this is not the first video of mine that you've watched and I've managed to help you in some way, or another way that you can support me as well is to just leave a like or to leave a comment or subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's another way that you can support me as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.